It is an important time to discuss the various ways COVID-19 spread can be mitigated or stopped altogether. With Kenyans now almost getting fatigued with observing COVID-19 protocols, many have become complacent in protecting themselves as well as the vulnerable in the society. As we continue to stare into an impending second wave of this deadly disease, it is important to revisit the safety precautions one should take in order to take care of oneself. A matter rarely on the headlines is how infants, toddlers, and mothers are coping during this pandemic and the safety precautions they can and should take to protect themselves as well as potential dangers when they contract COVID-19. Every life should be protected by individuals, communities, and by the state right from conception. However, COVID-19 poses a threat to achieving this, as it threatens the well-being of expectant women and their children right from birth. Mama Oscar, a mother of 4 in one of Nairobi's populated informal settlements, shares her journey of parenting during this season. She begins by narrating the immediate challenge of getting her kids to comply with COVID-19 protocols. Like many parents of young children, the major challenge has been to ensure children consistently comply with the regulations.
Kama ukweli COVID vile ilikuja, mimi niliona hukumu. Jua watoto wadogo na mahali penye nakaa, wesi suia mtoto kama hao wengine. Unaweza ambia mtoto maji umeweka hapo nje, unawe, anatoka huko anakuja tu anakaa. Nimekuwa na maisha magumu, lakini mbali huu tumefika. Nimeona Mungu ametulinda. Kwa maana hata mask peke yake hawezi vaa. Hata vile niliwanunulia siwezi kuambia iko wapi. Lakini wana survive tu. Juu hata kama akivaa peke yake hapa chini penye nakaa na watoto wengi hawavai. Sasa hao wanaona hivyo, wanachukua wanaweka. Akikuja kwa nyumba anakuambia sasa mwingine hajavaa na mimi nivae, inamchokesha anaweka.
Day 3, the tummy has grown. It's much bigger.
Esther Kimani, a certified doula who goes into depth on COVID-19 in regards to expectant and lactating mothers, infants and toddlers, also explains her experiences during this season. Unlike what most people may know, pregnant women's lungs work double for them and their unborn babies. Esther breaks down why expectant mothers are categorized as vulnerable and what exactly makes mothers prone to severe effects of COVID-19.
Even you will find pregnant women saying, I already find it difficult to breathe because your lungs have to work so hard to take care of the pregnancy. So it's so important for you to protect yourself. Wear a mask, all the things that we've talked about, avoid crowded places. If you don't need to go anywhere, don't go, especially as your pregnancy progresses. We also know that pregnant women might be predisposed to some of the what we call the factors that can cause the severe form. Some women might have high blood pressure or preeclampsia. Some women might have gestational diabetes. All those are factors that can lead to the severe form of disease. So please protect yourself so that just to prevent you from getting the severe form of the disease. So when they get the severe form of the disease, we've seen miscarriages, premature labor, meaning the baby can be born prematurely, because the mother can be very, very unwell, of course risk to the mother herself. We've seen some moms getting clots because of the disease as well. So it is so important for the mother, it's better not to get the disease rather than having it.
Once the baby is born, he or she becomes susceptible to the virus. The Health CES has often cautioned mothers from allowing visitors to visit newborns due to their weak immunity. Esther, the doula, explains why visits during such times is discouraged, saying such meetings should be done virtually.
And even at home, any visitors, you don't have to see that baby. You can get photos. We have WhatsApp, take videos, let the mom send you videos to see the baby. If we can expose exposure to both the mother and the baby. We know that the mother, imagine if the mother gets the severe form, we are really affecting the care of that baby. So most people are saying, but the babies are not getting very sick, but the mother can get very sick. And then now we have a problem in terms of the care of the baby. So please, let's protect both the mothers and the babies.
Breast milk is the major source of food to newborns and has been recommended that mothers exclusively breastfeed their babies for the first 6 months of their lives and henceforth till they turn 2, failure to which the immunity is compromised. Although COVID-19 in children has been identified to have less aggravating effects, it is still important to protect them.
And so we are out there really telling moms that if there's a time to breastfeed, it's right now, because your milk carries antibodies that protect the baby. They give the baby a layer of protection. They help the baby's gut so that the baby's gut is not irritated, and that provides further protection for the baby. And so it is so important at this point to work on every mom who has a newborn or who has a child below 2 years to breastfeed. For those who are breastfeeding and their babies are not yet 2, please hang in there and continue breastfeeding. Remember that even when you are exposed to any disease, your body produces antibodies that are transferred to your baby. So that is the ultimate protection that a baby can have.
Mothers who contract the virus can continue to breastfeed. However, when they contract the severe form of the disease, sometimes they are unable to feed their little ones, as medicines used to cure the symptoms of COVID-19 can sometimes dry up breast milk.
For mothers who have the severe form of sickness of the disease of COVID-19, we are finding that some of them, because they were very sick, and they might not have been able to breastfeed their baby for a period of time. Sometimes even the medication that is being used to help them get better can affect breast milk supply. Some of them, it's even completely cutting off the supply. And we know breast milk, it's a lot about hormones. So if something affects the hormones, the medication can affect the production of these hormones, then the milk can dry up. We also know that this mother might not be able to breastfeed for a period of 2 to 3 weeks. And breast milk is, baby on the breast stimulates milk. So when there's no one at the breast asking for this milk, then the brain just goes to, we don't need to produce, let's cut the milk. So those moms are the ones we are telling that it is still possible to do what we call relactation. We can help you get the milk back. Please seek help from maybe your doctor or from lactation specialists.
The narrative for older children is the same, that they are not adversely affected by the effects of COVID-19. However, protecting them against contracting the virus means they are able to protect the vulnerable family members whom they live with. Christine Shege, a pediatrician and respiratory diseases expert, says even in the respiratory diseases like asthma, no non-severe effects have been identified in children, since most children have a strong immune system to fight the virus. She says for every patient who comes into her office with flu-like symptoms, she is certain that they are very likely to have COVID-19.
COVID-19 in children mostly manifests as just a common cold, virtually indistinguishable from the other common colds. So what should we do as teachers? What should we do as parents? What should we do as the community? All of us, I need to treat any other person I come across as infected potentially. That's why you see, even as I'm speaking, I'm wearing a mask, because I want to protect the people who are interviewing me. And I also insist that they wear a mask so that they protect me.
The start of Christmas festivities always has a way of making many forget that the reopening of schools is only a few days away. The reality of schools reopening is daunting for parents who have little or nothing saved, like Mama Oscar. However, she shares the opinion of many parents that reopening of schools will tame children who, for the most part, have had a difficult time complying with COVID-19 protocols at home.
Naonelea tu shule sifunguliwe, waweke measures wenye wameweka kwa shule, na sisi wasasi tujikakamue. Tufanye nini? Tuendelee na vile serikali itakuwa imenini, lakini mimi upande wangu hakika About school fees, siwezi kudanganya. Vile tu watafungua ndio wataenda. Hii COVID penye imefikisha mimi, siwezi kuambia nimeweka hata shilingi. Ile napata kidogo ndio natumia. Sasa shule zikifunguliwa, kile tu naomba watufumilie kwanza. Hata wakitufumilia hakuna mahali tutapata school fees, watoto tu wataenda kusoma hivi.
Dr. Chege is also in support of the move by the government that children report to schools, noting that provisions for hand washing stations should be prioritized for older children, and in situations where the kids are too young, other mitigation measures should be put up.
What we need to do is allow the children to go back to school in a phased way and ensure that we've put the measures in place. Have water stations for them to wash their hands with soap and water, and encourage the older children to wear masks. The younger children, we are lying to ourselves if we think they will wear masks. They are not going to wear masks. So we need to come up with a policy and agree. If we are going to send these children back to school, the younger population below 10 years, we will allow them to go without masks. So that is something that we need to decide. For the older children, they are able to mask and should be encouraged to do so.
Figuring out everything about COVID-19 is not possible, as it is still a developing virus. Kenyans have, however, overcome greater obstacles. Before we kick out the coronavirus, learning new ways to protect ourselves and especially the vulnerable to severe effects of the virus is one step in the right direction. Grace Wangoi, Hope TV News Watch.